What is going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Breaking the Kernel. Today we are talking about video games. Super exciting. Expedition 33 to be exact, and how it's shaking up not just the video game sector, but the entertainment sector in general. So if you like not just video games, but also the entertainment industry, and you think things are overpriced and you're getting a shitty product for it, or a product that doesn't really justify the price, you're going to want to tune into this episode. Let's get started. So Expedition 33 is a new video game that came out this year that is a turn-based video game. What is turn-based video game? Turn-based video games are basically, if you played Pokemon, that's a turn-based video game. Anything where you take your turn, the other player or CPU, it's not CPU, but like NPC, takes their turn. So it's a turn-based game. So you attack, they attack, you attack, they attack. That's how it goes. And Final Fantasy is a notorious franchise for this as well. And anyone who knows me knows I am not the biggest turn-based fan. In fact, I don't want to say I loathe turn-based games. I actually like watching them to an extent more than playing them. The only franchise that I really enjoy turn-based wise would be Pokemon, but I haven't actually played a Pokemon game in years. It's probably been at least 10 years since I played a Pokemon game. So, because I never really had a Switch. So I just kind of stopped playing Pokemon. And yeah, I've never been a big Final Fantasy fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I love the lore. I love Final Fantasy VII. But outside of that, I've never really been a huge Final Fantasy fan. I've never been really a huge turn-based fan until I played Expedition 33. I went into this game not even knowing it was a turn-based game. My friend let me borrow this game. Shout out to Physical Media, because when you have Physical Media, you're allowed to still borrow games from people. So I borrowed a video game. I know, 2025, borrowed a video game sounds crazy, but I borrowed a video game, and I played the game, and it was an amazing game. Graphically, amazing. Story-wise, amazing. Attacks and the turn-based model, amazing. To me, this is what the future of turn-based games could look like. I do think, at least for people like me, there's people who traditionally like traditional turn-based games, and that's nothing wrong with that. Do your thing. But to get a bigger audience into turn-based, I do think there's some outdated mechanics in a turn-based game that can make it really, really hard for someone who doesn't mind it, but is not a big fan of it to get into it. And granted, there are a lot of things you have to keep intact, or else it will fail to be a turn-based game. But I think Expedition 33 does a great job of keeping true to what a turn-based game is, while also really pushing the envelope and making it really awesome. Basically, for lack of better words, I guess, making it really awesome for outsiders of turn-based games to kind of get into it. I felt like it was really cinematic, and I felt like it was something that was really fun and really gravitating. It's one of those games where I there's not many games that come out over the last 10 years that I say are must experience, right? Despite what you may think of The Last of Us 2, graphically is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. It was so immersive. I was like, you've got to play this game. The Last of Us 1 when it came out. You've got to play this game on the PS3. You've got to play it. Spider-Man for the PS4. If you were ever a superhero fan, especially a Spider-Man fan, you've got to play that. Spider-Man got a lot of people into video games, especially over lockdown stuff. There's a couple more I'm probably forgetting about, but there's very few and far in between. Expedition 33 is definitely one of those games where I'm like, this is a must-experience video game. I know there's still very few, but there's still stores that rent out games or services that rent out games. There's still people who buy physical media. However you can to basically borrow this game to play it for yourself at least, please do. Please do. This is one of those things. And why I say it's going to affect other sectors, not just the video game sector, video game mainly, but why it's going to be interesting for other sectors is because the price point for this game is not ridiculous. Matter of fact, let me just type it in again, just so I can make triple sure. Guy. I don't want to mess this up. This is very important. It released April 24th, 2025. And this game, first of all, it's really hard to find the collector's edition for this game. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very annoying to buy this game. Like, I'm looking at GameStop right now. I'm looking at GameStop as we speak. And it is, like, impossible to find this game. It's impossible to find this game, bro. That's how popular it is. Now, granted, maybe they didn't make enough copies because it's not like this is a game that has been high on everyone's list. It's not like some, like, you know, main title that someone's like, oh, we've been waiting for this forever. But, hold on. I'm pretty sure their price point is under $70. I just want to double check and make sure because I believe it's $59.99. I could be very wrong. Yeah, it's about it's under $70. It's under $70. I don't know, GameStop has it online listed for $70, but this may be this is a special edition, that's why. So it's under $80. It's cheaper. The whole point is it's cheaper than it's about $50. So it's cheaper than your usual game now for the new gen consoles. Why is that important? It's important because a game that's this highly acclaimed by the fans and critically acclaimed, a game that is doing this well from word of mouth, a game where someone who's not even a huge turn-based game fan in terms of me can get into it and praise it this much, shows and with a affordable price point. This is a price point we haven't seen in quality. Now, like some indie games and stuff like that usually have this price point, but a game that is this well done, this crispy, for an affordable price, is going to change the game. Now, one game is not enough for fans to boycott $80, $90 video games. We see that with Mario Kart World, right? But it is to take note. It is notable to say, hey, it is highly possible to have a medium-sized team or decently sized team make a great product and not overprice the hell out of people. Then you could also take those huge earnings and really celebrate by giving your devs and other people bonuses, PTO, just give them things to say, hey, we appreciate you, we triple X'd our money, and there is way more than enough to reward this team of ours for a job well done, for making a complete video game at launch, not a game where it has so many glitches where it's damn near unplayable and they have to go damn near make a whole new game to fix it. No, there's no major DLCs where it's like this should have been a part of the game and we're doing this and charging extra money. None of that. Here is a great video game complete at launch for you to play that is also under $70. Thank God. And I mean, now how does that translate into the entertainment? There are situations, man, where it's just like the price keeps going up, but the entertainment value is staying the same or getting worse. Because companies and people are starting to realize they can put forth a mediocre product and still get the fan attention and still get people showing up, still get people buying ridiculous tickets, still get people buying resale tickets or resale products because they have you addicted to what they're giving you. It's too late. You are a part of this ecosystem they have. And this is me telling y'all that y'all can break free of this. Because ultimately, we vote with our pockets. We do. If you do not show up for these things, I'm telling you, if you do not show up for these things, they will have to change. But if you keep justifying these prices, they will continue to screw you over. Because they are screwing you over. I promise you. Nintendo sold you the same console they made. I don't even know how long since the Switch 1 came out. Maybe a decade ago. They just sold you the same thing from almost a decade ago with no real evolutionary launch title. Right? They sold you the same game they've sold you for decades, but now for $80 something, and you still bought it. I do not know one person that's played Mario Kart World and said it was revolutionary and said that this game alone justifies the price point and justifies you buying a Switch 2. Now, I'm not saying they can't create other games down the pipeline, but for right now, for how much money they got at launch, for how insane people have been over the Switch 2, it's insane. It's insane to see that. And I'm going to get my hands on one. I have not bought one yet. I do not plan on buying one yet, if at all, but I do know people who have a Switch 2, and so I'm going to get my hands on it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it myself. I'm going to play Mario Kart World. I want to see. I just want to see with my own eyes and hands what is. So I played the Switch 1. I played many games on Switch 1. I want to see what about this Switch 2 justifies what people have been doing. Because I feel like at some point, we have to be like, look, enough's enough. And games like Expedition 33 give me hope. That's like, hey, there are people out there who want to create great games first and foremost, make it affordable so that people actually go out and buy the game. Because here's another thing. You can have these $80, $90, $100 price points, but unless it's like a game that has a lot of leg, like a Grand Theft Auto or something, that already has a rabid fan base that's been waiting for decades to play a new game from them of this title, you're not going to get people who want to experiment with your game, because there is no renting anymore. There's no borrowing anymore. That social aspect of gaming is pretty much non-existent. So basically anyone who's buying your game is already a fan of the publisher or a fan of or what, like word of mouth is big or something. Or they're watching gameplay on YouTube and they decide to go buy the game. But no one has the money, the patience, or the time to pay $80 to $70 to $100 on a video game they don't know if they'll even like, because you can't return the game, so you're just stuck with it. And now you just burn $70 to $100 on something that's basically as good as a coaster for you at this point now. Because guess what? The disc itself isn't even, the game's not even on the disc. It's basically a key for you to download the game digitally. So the disc doesn't even really matter for it. Like, it's just, nothing makes sense. It seems like in the video game space that there's a lot, and entertainment in general, there's a lot of wasted effort and a lot of wasted money and a lot of misguidedness when it comes to this. And if we're going in the direction of diskless gaming, cartridgeless gaming, or chiplet gaming of your Switch, I guess, whatever you want to call that, fine. Then let's just fully embrace that. But to give me a disc that I can't even, if I buy, like, let's, if the PlayStation servers or whatever are down, and I can't even buy a disc and play it because I have to be connected to X, Y, and Z to download the game, this isn't my game. This isn't my game. That's weird. That's really weird. That's really unfortunate that we're so used to non-ownership that people don't even want to fight for ownership anymore for the sake of convenience. And it's not even convenience to the extreme of it's laziness sometimes. It really is. But games like Expedition 33 that are really good, but for that price. Mafia Old Country, that's going to be under $70. Like, we're getting really good content for affordable prices that makes sense. In no world should I ever go to a store and $200 gets me 2 games. Or even, I mean, including tax, give me a game and a half. That's crazy. We're heading in the wrong direction. And I just feel like, again, I'm not a mega insider of gaming or different entertainment sectors. I know more about the movie making process than anything else. But if there's a way to be more efficient with your money so that people don't have to brunt the costs, then you have to do that. And I'm not saying mass layoffs, because you're doing the mass layoffs anyway and still charging people $70 to $100 for your game. So don't feed these fans. Don't try to manipulate them, make them feel bad that, oh, because y'all don't want to buy these overly expensive games that you don't even know you're going to like or not. These games that aren't even complete at launch. These games that have so many microtransactions that in reality you're paying almost $300. You're putting $300 into this gaming title. That, yeah, we have to fire all these people. We have to contract all these workers. No. You're doing it anyway. And people are still paying enormous money. You're still charging people enormous money. That's not fair. It's not right. So, whatever it looks like, someone needs to go audit, whatever, and be like, look, you're wasting so much money, or you're holding this money, or you're just being cheap and lazy. Maybe you need to make the team smaller. Maybe you need more full-on employees, less contract workers. Who knows what the solution is? I don't. I'd really love to talk to someone in the industry who could make sense of all these things. But man, oh man. Man, oh man. Some of y'all are interesting. Some of y'all are very interesting. And I hope that we see a world where video game prices, except maybe your couple titles, I mean, like very few titles, start going back down to 50. Hopefully, we see more complete games at launch. Hopefully, event tickets become more affordable. That's another thing, man. We stopped giving. Like everything's become so luxury instead of for the people that made these events famous. I'm not a festival goer, but from what I've been told, festivals are just not affordable. It's just influencer land. It's just for people who want to take social media posts. They don't even care about the music as much anymore. They just care about saying I went. And things are just so expensive and out of pocket. Water's $10, like just things like that. Then you have movies that are damn near $25 for a standard a ticket. Then you have concerts and stuff that are like $600 You know what I mean? We gotta, at some point, as consumers, we have to either stop consuming or go change our diet a little bit and go a different direction and show these people that you're not going to get away with this. Because until then, they will sell you every other way to justify their pricing, and you'll eat it up every time. And I just have to believe in humanity enough that at some point we're like, this is ridiculous. And we fight back. Who knows? Comment, like, and share. Thank y'all. Like always, tune into the next episode of the podcast after you watch this one. Much love. Peace.